Roscoe this afternoon, Sunday afternoon. What else you got to do? Let's take a look. I know the last time we were here, we actually took a look at these bird's nest fungus. And that's a good thing about coming on YouTube here is that we can make a video that lasts for a long time. But if you guys weren't here the last time or saw the video, we'll start off with that. The bird's nest. Bird's nest fungus. Where are we? There we are. But anyway, my name's Roscoe. Give me a like and a follow. Do whatever you got to do to be a part of our community. And let's get started here. Let's take a look around. I see something already that I really want to go take a look at. So thanks for coming in and enjoy the ride. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna look at a few things that I picked up this morning, and we're gonna go harvest a few mushrooms from yesterday. So I want to take a look at this though because I don't really know what this is. And an iNaturalist, I think I just held the spot, but I got the wrong. I have probably the wrong identification. But let's take a look at this thing because this is unusual. I cut this one in half just to see because I thought it might have been one of the cyanescens. But it does bruise blue. But with this amount of reticulation on there, I'm afraid that this is a bitter one. I didn't get the bitter one, and we're not seeing any kind of rose color on this. We definitely have a line on this stipe right here and reticulation. We got another one that we'll take some look at the reticulation, but I'm going to take the smaller one and bite it because that's what we do. But can you see the top almost does look like it's a little pinkish, but right there, pinkish purplish. But let's bite it because that's what we do. And I didn't think it was bitter, but pretty interesting. I'd like to see what the spore print is on that one. Yeah, see, if it was the pale bitter stem, our mouth would be burning right now. I don't think that it is. I don't think it is at all. Have another bolete right here. And for those of you that are, new to the channel, we try not to use big words, but I mean, we do describe things as they're described. Put another one. And this one we usually see attacked by a fungus, but this one is red cracked bolete. I wonder why. But yeah, there it is. Christosternum, because it's yellow on the inside, I guess. But it does bruise blue. But pretty cool. Two pretty neat boletes here, and the red cracked one is very common. This one, not so much. Not so much on that one. Let's take a look around. Oh yeah, we were out here to actually harvest something today, so let's take a look because we know we're going to find something over here. And oh, some more boletes. And these, look at that. I'm not actually too sure what we would call this one. But this one reminds me a lot of the ones that they talk about where if you don't cook them right, you see little people for 2 days. And oh, what's this one? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what this is, but we may have to come back and do a video. So let's take this guy right here. Oh, I'm still thinking we're in the Gyroporus group, but look at that. With that stipe. And we can't tell if that's bug bitten, but look at that color. That's got a really cool color. Almost sticky. It's almost a sticky thing like Suillus. Let's see if we got any bruising. I bit into it. Nothing much. It's actually got a pretty good consistency. Slightly sweeter than some of the. Yeah, that's slightly sweeter than some of the ones that we run into. We'll throw that on our naturalist and see what we can do with that. I might make a video you can watch later. But we know from yesterday that we have frost boletes over here. So, oh, there they are. Look at that. Wow, look at this, you guys. Son of a bunch. We're gonna see if we can. We're gonna see if we can grab some of these. Exudoporus. Look at that. See why they call it Exudoporus right there? Let's see if we can get in this. Oh, look at that. that's awesome right there. That's a beauty. Yeah, that's a beauty right there. So anyway, we'll send the mycelium back home. Hope that there's not a lot of bugs in there. We'll get the smaller ones. And if you see that right there, we have a friend on here who's foraging Kentucky, and she ended up licking one of these, and it's kind of lemony, so we did it too. But we'll see. We'll try to take a couple of these home and see if we can turn them into a food. They're on tier 2 forageable, but from what I hear, they're actually pretty good and very distinctive when we're when we're trying to harvest some of these. But I have to say, I'm not sure I've ever caught them in this configuration here. Look at that. Look at that. And they do bruise, so by the time you get them home, they're gonna end up being blue. We'll see if we got some that don't have bugs in it. But a very beautiful mushroom. Look at that. I know we had a video from this yesterday. So, yeah, gorgeous. But anyway, we'll see if it lives up to the hype. Maybe take you along for that. But anyway, let's get the show on the road here. We're here to find mushrooms, not harvest mushrooms. But that's what we're doing right now. All right, cool little basket full of Exudoporus frostii. And the frostii part, we talked about the Exudoporus because it lets out some little things. But look at that. I know. I swear that they're a gyroporus. Oh, jeez. We had a frog on us. I didn't even know that. Good for you, froggy. I look like a tree. But yeah, those, they're a little smaller. I'd have to say we got the those gyroporus. Which ones do we find all the time? they change the name on it from the chestnut mushroom, but borealis is what we call it now. Gyroporus borealis. All right, before we take some more walking, let's go take a look at what we found. A couple of things we found this morning, and we'll take a look at a couple of things we just found right now. But always searching, always looking for something to keep us curious. But it's been a good year for the frogs, so that's good news. We're running into a patch of a lot of these out this year. Yeah, look at this one. A whole bunch of these guys here, but we'll just show you what you don't want to see in a puffball. Oh, no, we don't want to see that one. That's a puffball, but that's a anyway. Well, we were going for the purple inside, but it doesn't matter if it's not pristine white. You don't mess around with them. All right, let's stop by here for a minute. All right, let's take a look at what did we have today. Had a lot of these. Everybody's finding these, so we'll see what we can do. Make those work out. This one, I am not sure. I did not identify that one, but it's got a pinkish spore there and almost a metallic top. So I'd say the Neola Liana, but I'm not sure. We had this curious looking bolete right here. Not necessarily. I don't know. Look at the critters that's what's in there. That's why I was never crazy about eating the things here. Oh yeah, this one right here I thought was a hypholoma, and we haven't found any yet this year. But the reason I thought that was, well, we had a black light and we shined it on the thing. You can see maybe a little bit, not really. Before it was actually glowing pretty hard. Let's see about this one. We have the this guy here is a dead man's foot, so I don't see any of that. But that's a dire puffball right there. We're trying to dry it out and maybe see if we can do something with it. This is probably the biggest one of those frost boletes. But you can tell we've been running into a few of them. This one was interesting. We found a whole tree of these Ganoderma resinosus, and look how much of a lacquer finish that has on that. These were pretty cool. Neobolitis. Look at that. They got the. It was actually red, but they were more of an orange. So I wasn't sure if we had two different ones here. But the black staining subvolitis, um, Neobolitis. This one I thought was another Entoloma, and we were supposed to be putting this in our spore package here, because usually we bring our observation bags out into the woods, and we'll throw those suspected mushrooms that we want to play around with in there. Here's another one here. I'm not exactly too sure. It's a type of Lactarius, but I don't know what I'm calling that one. We'll see what our consensus is on this guy. This one's awesome, huh? Maybe you're finding that this time of year. For that right there, we have the Coltricia perennis. Yeah, and if you find one, they'll be around next year. That's why they're called perennis. These I thought were the bicolor Lacaria, but I'm not sure. It was strange. We found a lot of those. There's some of the bird nest fungus again right there. This was kind of strange too, because I really thought this was another one of the Gyroporus, but the way that it actually dried out and the remarkable white pores there, it's crazy. So this guy here, I wasn't really too sure what to say about that guy. Maybe a marasmus, or I'm not sure. Geez, we had a cute little mushroom right here that was supposed to be taken care of too. This was a cute little yellow thing that I don't know. This is the one that I thought we were just running into. Yeah, the Gyroporus borealis. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can get a spore print out of this guy here. This was a unique one too. I'll have a video coming up on this one today. This one is the Ganoderma curtsii. We got two Ganodermas here. Actually, we got three, because I got one of the rishis. I got one of the rishis right here. But anyway, a couple of things that we found on our walk today. This is what we were talking about with the boletes and the reticulation. This one is not as pronounced, but this is what we're looking for. Kind of a caramel top, white pores, and reticulation on that one. So, and it didn't bruise. We took a little bite out of it. Did not bruise. Amanitas, we found a couple of those, and this one I'm not sure where we put this one. It's a little tiny thing. It's kind of like in the Jamada type of deal, but I don't know what section we got that in. We have one that I thought was right here, Lepidella. I thought this one was the Flocos. I'm pretty sure it is the Flocos, golden Flocos Amanita. So pretty neat. This one was odd right here. This one was an odd one right there. And first I thought we were looking at a small Virepes. Not much reticulation on that one, but problem is it seemed to be growing off of a pine cone, and it had some little friends there too. Strange enough, because I don't know if that's possible, but apparently it is. But anyway, turkey tail. But that's what we have for some of the stuff that we found, and of course, this is what I was saying, is that this one is not quite the same as this one. It has a shinier cap, and it's a little more decorated along the margin. So we'll have to see what we're talking about with that one. But anyway, that was some of the finds that we're out on our hike this morning, and we'll see if maybe we can't do a little better identifying on that. Oh, we actually had what else do we have here? Oh, this guy right here. This was the one where I was pretty sure we had a Amidala. You can tell but that's a crazy vulva on that one, though, isn't it? But there it is. I believe we got a Amadella on this one. But anyway, Amanita. Always good to know your Amanitas, right? We saw a lot of them. We ran into Brunisons, a couple of unidentified ones, a couple of Zamdella, a couple of Lepidella. Puffing, yeah, the carrot Amanita. We ran into the carrot Amanita a couple times. So that one's beautiful, the Kokiri. Yeah, we had the what I believe was a sub Kokiri and the real Kokiri. And we got rustlers. Those are the smelly. Oh, look at what we got here. Cool. Oh man, let's see if we can find another one. But here we got this baby right here. And my video didn't do too good. It got like 2 views on this guy. Look at how beautiful that is. The witch's hat. Yeah. We got a witch's hat. And that one is the Hygrocybe conica. And it's such a beautiful mushroom. Slippery when wet. It's always wet. But it's such a beautiful mushroom. But we're going to grab one of these rustlers here, because if you've been walking in the backyard with us, you know that we've... I don't know what this guy is. Well, we've smelled a few rustlers back here. And they smell like this one here. They smell a lot like... yeah, they smell a lot like cherry. Nope. Smells like bleach. Smells like bleach. Alright, so let's take another look. Oh, look at this. Look at that. I know. Type of coral fungus. I had the name of this one the other day because we're running into this one quite a bit. Maybe I'll do a video on there, so maybe I'll actually remember the name. But let's just let's go see. Let's go see. Oh, so we got some more of these. See, this is what I was talking about with the size of these Gyroporus in relation to the ones that we were finding over there. That's usually about. We found some a little bit bigger than that today, but not much bigger. Not much bigger at all. Don't know what's going on with this one, but that's one that has been parasitized by the mold. And that's usually how we find them. Cool. We got some Amanitas. Look at it. We still got Amanitas coming up right here. And these ones are the rubescens. Somewhere in the rubescens americana group. And take a look at the ball and the stipe right there. But that's what happens when they get damaged or red, and that's what the rubescens means. It means turning red. So anyway, and they get mutated again. A lot of these right now are getting eaten by a fungus or something. But anytime a snail hits it or anything like that, they end up getting hurt. So all right, let's take a look. I don't know. This one I believe is we got an Ionocybe. I think I call this one the Ionocybe ramosa. Let's take a look. But that one is probably not your friend, so it's too small. But we'll take a smell, because they smell. I don't know. That one has an off-putting smell, but sometimes they'll smell like green corn, which is kind of strange. All right, here's another rubescens. This might be one of these boletes that I just did the video on that I wasn't able to identify. We'll wait to see if that comes up. Rustler, all kinds of red rustlers, and they're called emetics. And if you know what the word emetic means, and basically though, if you bite one and it doesn't burn your face, you're pretty good. Now, I was thinking over here I had Marasmius auratus, but I don't know, because I just saw one down the road, and when we're looking for these, we're kind of almost looking for a fairy ring, and we got one there, we got one here, we got one here, but I don't see that, and those ones pretty much don't look like the right thing, so we'll see about that, because they are supposed to be a great edible. The they dry very well. So, all right, let's keep on looking. We had a video about our Leucoagaricus today. Here's another one of these Amendellas. They always seem to be right in traffic. Oh no, oh, no, what is that? Oh, that's one of those boletes again. Been eaten up by mold, and we are looking for moldy mushrooms today, though. And you might not think so, but yeah, we are looking for the lobster mushroom. So we're going to be kicking some shrimp and seeing what we can do. Sure, I've never really found them. I've found the green lobster mushroom in this area, so there's that. And well, I didn't try it. I wasn't sure because at the time I didn't know anybody who could even tell me I found the green mushroom. I really thought that it was just bad. You know, it's a moldy mushroom. All right, we'll take a look for flashes in the woods here. We have seen chicken in the woods. Look at the size of that snake right there. Yeah, big old garter snake right there. What's he doing? I'm just staring at us. Pretty cool. We're seeing frogs and snakes today. What's up, buddy? You get him to move a little bit? Oh, he can move a lot. Yeah, he's loving this weather. But anyway, we're always on the lookout for the timber rattlers, and well, as long as I've been doing this, we've never even come close. So, yeah, it'll always be the last time you say that, right? And step on one. But anyway, we have some hot weather, so you know it was a little bit challenging for our mushrooms, but we have a lot of them, and a lot of them are actually related to the trees, so they'll end up getting their moisture from the trees. So let's take another look. Take another look around the woods here, because we don't know what happens around here. There's always something to find. We sure did have a pretty good time this morning, but we actually walked along a path, and as I always remark, when you're on paths, the mushrooms get freaked out because they get to the edge of the path and they're like, oh man, we're out of time, we're out of room, and we're out of nutrients, and they're like, you better throw up a mushroom. Yeah, you better get out of here. Right? Time to fly, so to speak. And that's another thing I tell people when we're picking our mushrooms is, you know, mushrooms want to be picked. They're fruit, you know, and the good thing is when we pick them up and drag them around, and like we're doing right now, their spores have traveled further than they could have ever imagined, you know. They're like, yeah, this is awesome. I don't think they actually say that, but the possibility is there. All right, so let's take a look, because it looks pretty bleak around here. I thought maybe we had something on here, but always can find stuff on birch trees. I'm always checking for chaga. We have one in this woods, our pet chaga. All right. So actually, you know what I'm looking for right now is actually black trumpets. Black trumpets have been scarce around here, and we're right along like a game path here where I've had pretty good luck in this general neck of the woods. Here's a, well, what we could say would be a deadly amanita right here. It's a white amanita, and if you know your amanitas, don't touch them, especially the white ones. I know. Don't play around with white mushrooms. That's all I say. Not great. Wait, what do we got here? Something? Yeah. I don't know what that little guy would be. Strange enough shape, so it should be distinctive. All right. So let's trape through the woods a little bit here, and see if we can see anything else on our journey. There's always something. We had some type of little turkey tail type of mushrooms there. I wouldn't say that they're turkey tail. And because these are growing on birch, I wouldn't really say those are either. But I'm not sure what they would be. So when in doubt, look it up. Look it up. We will. That's why we do this thing. Is we come out here, we try to find as many mushrooms as we can, put it into our reptile brain, and oh look at, we still have a little bit of a darn, these coral fungus right here. Yeah, I had a whole bag of those, and it turns out I put the wrong bag in the refrigerator. And so we didn't get a chance to try those. All right, let's take a walk around this little area here. What is this? Oh yeah, see, this is why we do the shrimps. Yeah, look at that. That one, no. Huh. This one's actually a rustler. Yeah. Yeah, but anyhow. Give it a smell. Give it a bite. Oh, yuck. I don't know. That's why when people ask me, can I eat rustlers, I always wonder, because if you like eating flour, that's what it reminds me of. Same thing with the lactarius. When you field test them, you're like, what is that? They just have a strange cellular arrangement that makes them really brittle. Well, we can't really talk about it right now, but we have a false turkey tail. Yeah, I guess that's what they're looking like when they're really small, but when they're really big, that's why I say you gotta let stuff develop. But the real turkey tails are fuzzy, and these are more, these are like potato chips. So, a little funny there. Oh, look at this. Yeah, slime mold. A whole other kingdom. Watch that. Oh, see, we spread spores. That's what we do. But pretty cool. Little hairy things, huh? But look at the wind. The wind's already getting most of them. Pretty cool. I don't think we brought our other camera out. I guess not. Anyway, well, that's a cool one. Not a mushroom, but well, lives in the same environment, and but literally in a different kingdom. It's like plants and animals. Yeah, slime mold and mushrooms. Yeah, but they don't know. They just doing what they've got to do. They don't care. Call them whatever you want. Been doing this for years. Another rustler. This is a cool looking one. Oh man, yeah, that one's almost like the crustosis. If you find them yellow with that kind of pattern on that, kind of a yellowish, yeah, that one's probably an edible. Not for me, but pretty much rustlers. That if they don't burn your face when you bite them, you can take them home and do whatever you gotta do. I don't know what you do with them. We're thinking about pickling them, but we keep doing long mushroom walks. We don't have a lot of time on our hands between picking a basket full of frost bullet. Another false turkey tail right here. Yep, that's a sterium. The steriums are the falsies, and that one's called the hisserum. It just means hairy. I don't really see that, but they do call it the hairy bracket. So call it whatever you want. Like I say, they're doing their job. We're kicking over the shrimp because we did think like maybe we were onto something. Not much. Not too much. Take a look around here, and we'll find our way back to ground zero here, where we started. and hope we see a couple more things on the way. It's hot. It's hot. We've just got out of a 4-day heat wave, and well, it's 87 degrees right now, but this is our famous trichaptum, the violet tooth polypore. For those of you who haven't been on the show, it's not violet, purple tooth polypore, and it's not. But anyhow, that one's just the most famous character on our show here. You'll find that one in the hardwood and the pinewood variety, and a lot of it. It's everywhere. And they like to attack dying trees, but they'll still keep going. Yeah, once the tree's down, they'll just keep on keeping on. But we ran into quite a few boletes today, so that was pretty interesting. But I don't know, looking pretty dry out here. I was really hoping we'd run into some of these black chanterelles. Soon enough, we'll be making a video about them and complaining about how many they are. Now look at that one. Wow, that one's really cool. But it could still be a red crack bolete that's been parasitized by mold. We got these guys coming out. The polypore, the birch polypore is let me see right here. Yeah, Fomitopsis betulina. Yeah, that's a big one right there. But these guys are just starting to come out right now, so still find them on the dying, dead trees. But anyhow, let's take one more look around, and we'll let you get back to your regularly scheduled program. But we wanted to let our YouTube friends know that we did not forget about you, and we enjoy doing a little bit of roaming with Roscoe on YouTube just as much as we like it on TikTok. So just a little different thing because we get a chance to watch this whole video over. So pretty cool. But all right, that looks like it. We're gonna have to try to identify these particular brown boletes that we're finding over here. That's amazing. This looks like that Lactarius that we didn't identify. Yeah, let's see. If it is, we should be able to get it to bleed some milk here. They have a distinct smell. I think it's like almost like a plastic, or I don't know if it's crayon. Let's see if we can get it to bleed some milk. There it is, a little bit. Oh. Where are we? There it is. You got a little bit of moisture there. But I'm not sure what we call this one, and I'll have to look, because we do find that one, and I did find it today, and I was like, dang, what's the name of that one? I don't know. But we start shouting stuff out. We don't do that. But yeah, the big feature of the day was getting these frost boletes here. So we'll see if any of them are good enough to do what we need to do with them, and we'll see what they. I'll give you a first-hand account. That's what we do here at Beyond Fungi. Is we get bit so you don't. But we find stuff and stay curious, and we're hoping to get you out here shortly and find a lot of purple mushrooms out right now, and a lot of the Sewillis. We had Cortnerius and Sewillis all over the place except for here. But we'll get down into the weeds. Yeah, look at all these ghost pipes over here. Yeah, we're in rustler territory. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming by and hanging out. Look how cool these are. These are the bicolor bolete right here. And look at that. Not necessarily reticulation, but they have such a beautiful color right there when they're young. So we found a lot of those, and I'm still up in the air on whether or not you could eat them. I mean, I have tried them before. I wasn't really. They just happen to be so abundant. But there's a couple that look a lot like that, and you don't want to end up seeing small people. So we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll do a little more research on the bicolored, because there are just so many bicolored boletes out there. So, anyways, oh, look at that. I know. I'm going to say that's another Entaloma right here. Neoleana. This one, just the color's faded on that, because that's what happens to rustlers. The color fades. Oh, yeah, some more of these. I don't know what this is. But see, that's the one that I thought before. We had the Neoleana. And it might be a smaller version of that guy. But see, whenever I see these shiny tops like that, it makes me think Entaloma. And I believe, yeah, because see, we have that pink spore print right there. Look at this guy. There's a, look at that, another bolete right there. It's actually, these are kings. Oh, look at this. Look what we just found. Some king boletes. I was laughing because that one is, that one's just gross. But let's take a look. We might have a couple more to put in the dehydrator. Oh, look at this, you guys. Oh, cool. Cool. All right, we're gonna come back tomorrow. Let's just take a look. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not. But we're taking a look at the reticulation there. That one's not a good one for that. But anyway, pretty cool. A little pocket of porcini. We'll come back and take a look, see if we can identify them properly. Here they are, right here. Oh, look at this. This one's a perfect one right here. Oh, look at that, you guys. Nice. Look at how beautiful that is right there. Gosh darn. We were just about ready to call it quits, huh? But that's gorgeous. That's going to be cute when it grows up. But look at that. That's gorgeous. I'm going to take that one home and come back for these tomorrow. Nice going. All right. All right, guys. Well, that was worth the price of admission. Let's just get ourselves going here. That's some stuff. Some of these mushrooms will turn into mush. This one was probably really cool. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that was probably pretty cool. Let me take a bite out of this one. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. We gotta get over here with the pictures. Because I believe that's a Telepilus plumvivacious. I don't know. We'll see. A couple more of the red cracked boletes. That's why I like walking these kind of washways, because some of these things will just find in massive troops after a rain. So, but there it is, and here we are, starting back with this guy, which I still don't have a name for. But anyway, I'm wishing you guys some good hunting out there. Stay curious, find stuff, hang loose, and be cool. And until next time, thanks for coming around. Really had a good time here, and we'll let you know if we get these babies in the frying pan. So enjoy, be well, and we'll see you again next time. Stay curious. Bye.